TLC Network here at CES 2019. I'm standing with Greg here at the LG booth, and we're standing in front of a new TV. You can't see it right now. It's actually gone into hiding. It's hibernating right here. What are we looking at here?
Well, we're looking at the zero mode view of the new LG Rollable OLED television. Yeah, check this out.
And it's a TV that actually can roll up and hide away in this box.
Right, we've been hearing about it, I think even in science fiction novels and CES's year after year after year, the promise of a rollable TV never came to fruition. But it really took LG and OLED technology with its technical capabilities and flexibility to allow us to finally realize that sci-fi dream of having a TV that when you're done watching it, just rolls away and disappears from the living room.
That is amazing. And it's just to think that it's actually disappearing into the box. It's not a trick. It's not going into the floor right now.
No.
It's not like David Copperfield. It's going into the box. This is actually happening right now. And this is actually this is one of your premium models. So this is matches up to things like the wallpaper TV that you guys launched recently.
Right. I mean, it's really kind of a testament to LG that we brought out the wallpaper. That was the first time you could literally put a TV on a wall and be less than a quarter of an inch thick, to now going to the next generation, or the R itself in Rollable stands for Revolution in Design. So it's a perfect match for the living room. I mean, think if you have a beautiful bay window that you can look out on the oceans or the mountains, but it's also the perfect place to put your TV. Well, instead of having that TV there, even when you're not watching it, it can basically minimize its profile and disappear into the background, so you have your beautiful view back all over again.
Now, can that be controlled with anything beyond the remote?
Yes.
Can you tell it? Be like, hey, go away.
Right. LG has started incorporating ThinQ, which is the ability to use the microphone button on the remote to control the TV, adjust settings. You can search for content. We also incorporate Google Assistant, which allows you to check on your schedules. You can pull up your Google Photos. You can ask for directions to the airport and have them sent to your phone, all by talking to the TV. And for the 2019 products, we've also added Amazon Alexa. So if you're a divided household, one spouse is all about Google, one spouse is all about Alexa. Well, the good news is that we support them both.
That's perfect.
And throughout the LG OLED lineup and the rest of our TV lineup, we'll also be supporting Apple's AirPlay. So we're trying to make it easy for customers to enjoy their product. We're trying to give them, exciting and interesting products to put in their homes and make it easier to connect to them and utilize them regardless of which system they are dedicated to.
So yeah, cross-platform, and you can just say, Alexa, turn off the lights and roll the TV down. I want to see the window.
Yeah, exactly.
So is there any release date for this yet? Any information about price or anything like that?
It is a product we have scheduled for 2019, but right now, no pricing,
no
and
information
no exact
just
delivery
yet.
date. We'll have details to follow CES.
Perfect. So you have to go to LG.com for more information as it comes out, and at least released by LG. And maybe we'll have something about this later on as well. But we have something else to check out as well.
We always have something to check out at LG.
Let's go check that out.
All right, let's go.
So now we're standing in one of their booths with that holds their new projector over here, a 4K projector. It's not a Cinebeam, but a Cinebeam.
Well, Cinebeam sounds delicious, but it is LG Cinebeam laser short throw, ultra short throw projector. So this is the first one we have in our lineup that it uses a laser to power a very short throw projector, get a very, very large screen. And the form factor is great because, a lot of people, they have a TV and they love to have something even bigger, but then they don't want to have to run the wiring. They don't want to put the projector halfway across the room and deal with all of that.
Absolutely.
Well, the beauty of this is you pull the TV down, you set it on the same cabinet. If I can get this unit just a little over 7 inches away from the front wall, I can get a 120-inch image.
That's nice.
That's amazing.
And is that what it goes up to? Does it get any bigger than that even? Or
we're speccing up to 120 at 7 inches. At this point, you can start at 90. If you can go 2 inches, which is basically the separation between the cabinet and the wall itself. So somewhere between 90 and 120 is what we consider optimal.
90 and 120, that's nice. So we got 4K, it's top firing, it's close to the wall. You don't have to run anything through the roof or anything to get it on the other opposite side of the room or anything. Now, when is this going to be entering the market? Is there any kind of a game plan for that just yet, or any timeline?
We'll definitely bring it to market sometime 2019. We're a little nebulous with introduction times and pricing at this point. After the show, things will start to form up a little bit better. And some other things that are really nice about this projector, number one, we've all gotten used to having smart TVs. Well, this is actually a smart projector. It has LG's full WebOS experience in it. And just like our OLED and high-end nanocell TVs from last year integrated Google Assistant and our ThinQ capability, well, this is the first projector in our lineup that also allows you to use the Magic Remote, talk to the projector. I can search things out. I can search for content using the smart platform, or I can get directions. I can check on my schedule. I can share photos through Google Photos. So all the things that we can do with our TVs in terms of like Google Assistant and ThinQ, we can now do through the projector as well.
Awesome.
Awesome.
See, okay, now, so this is good, and actually this blows away what you guys had last year. Last year was an amazing projector in itself, the one that can stand up and lay on its side and whatnot. So this is the next step from that, or next step up from that, most
Right.
definitely.
Yeah, LG wanted to give the customers more flexibility, and where the previous one had some nice things where you could, set it down and move it around. This
You
one
can't
just
talk to it, though.
Yeah, you couldn't talk to it, and you couldn't just take your TV off the stand, put this in its place, and immediately jump up to 120-inch screen.
Exactly. So it's not available yet. They'll have it sometime in 2019. It's another product you want to check out at LG.com as it grows with more information.
Absolutely.
And well, thank you, Greg. We're going to have, we got something else to check out. Let's go check this out. So we're standing here now in another section here. We got something interesting that a lot of people are actually hovering around us about here. This is a home brewing system, and we got Randy here to explain some of this to us. What are we looking at?
Well, it probably seems a little unusual for LG, but we're always taking a look at what consumers are doing, and craft beer and local breweries have just really exploded in the last few years. Everybody's got their local hangouts, and maybe having your own freshly brewed beer at home is something you want to think about. But if you're aware of how the brewing process happens at home, you got to have special equipment. Sometimes it's trial and error, and it doesn't always turn out the way you want it. And the great thing about this is it's very simple and easy, almost as easy as making a cup of coffee with one of those little cartridges.
I was about to say, because I'm looking at these cartridges over here, it kind of looks like one of those Keurigs.
So there is a process, and it's true brewing. It goes from start to finish. It's no shortcuts. But all your ingredients are encapsulated, making it very easy to use. So when you make your wort, which is kind of unfermented beer, if you will, it's all done in a very simple process. You bring in the canister on one side, fill up water on the other, and then you've got the next ingredients come in. You add additional hops, especially for something like an IPA, very popular. It'll go through that process, take it to the right temperature, cool it back down, and then you bring in the yeast to start the fermentation process to make beer like we like to have it. So
okay.
And the beautiful thing about this is there's very little chance of failure all the way through. That sealed enclosure, less chance of contamination. And within typically 2 weeks on average, you've got freshly brewed beer to go.
Wow.
And at the beginning of this, we're going to have really 5 of the most popular flavors here in the U.S. market. For example, IPAs, Pale Ales, Stout, Wheat, and a Pilsner for those who like a little more smoother and mild, if you will.
Okay. Now, is this automated by any chance in terms of part of the home automation where it can keep you updated through your mobile device?
It will be smart connected with the ThinQ technology. So with your app, you can monitor the whole process and see, it's halfway through the fermentation. So
and that's where you see where LG comes into play. This is why. Because usually for all the appliances or anything like that, you always have that one connectivity across everything.
Probably 75-80% of our appliances are Wi-Fi enabled now. They're connected to your phone, so you stay connected while you disconnect and do something else, but you always kind of know what's going on. And the same thing with this. You can anticipate, one more week, that fresh brew is going to be ready to roll. And it'll make a little over like 1.3 gallons, so about 14 bottles of beer.
Nice.
That's a nice, decent-sized stash of fresh brew that you could share with friends and family, and then move on to the next flavor.
Okay.
And the great thing about it is, once you're done with that, it'll clean itself and sanitize the entire process through there. So less chance of failure in the future.
So you don't even have to touch that then?
You don't have
at
to
all.
touch
No
it.
cleanup.
It's that easy.
You got to throw the cups away though, probably.
Well,
just some cleanup.
I've heard some processes of we may have some ways of letting you collect them and send them back. We'll see where we go with that.
Okay.
We're hoping to release this particular product probably in South Korea first.
Okay.
Maybe this spring. And then we'll see where else it goes.
Okay, so South Korea this spring is starting, and then you'll fill it out from there. And of course, if we want to know for more information about this, we can go to LG.com, and you can learn more as more information progresses. Is there any price point or anything like that just yet?
No price has been determined at this point.
No prices yet. All right, well, thank you, Randy. This has been great. We look forward to learning more about this as it releases to the market. And
I would set this in my kitchen in a heartbeat. It's beautiful, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to stay on top of all the latest and greatest, or at least the gadgets we cover, remember to subscribe right here. Subscription button. Click it. You're going to want to. There's lots of videos, interviews, previews, all sorts of stuff. Button. Click it.